Hello and welcome to episode 43 of I'm Fine, a chat between myself, Damo, and someone whose childhood sweetheart was a goddess on the mountaintop, burning like a silver flame, the summit of beauty and love, and Venus was her name. Well, it was Sarah, but Mark.
Oh, yeah.
Hello. It's a chat around the subjects of health, wealth, well-being, fitness, sports, and 80s female pop triumvirates. We're all work in progress, and this podcast is no exception. In short, it's a poke at our perfectly imperfect lives. And if we can make just one person feel like they're not alone in all this madness, then our work here is done. As a podcast, we're happy to be donating to 2 Bristol-based organisations.
Yep.
That we believe are making change for good.
Good.
The first is the Soil Association, founded in 1946. It's the only UK charity working across a spectrum of human health, the environment and animal welfare, and is dedicated to transforming the way we farm, the way we eat, and the way we put back into our immediate and wider natural environments. You can find out more at soilassociation.org. And the other is the Bristol Cable, an independent newspaper which is 100% owned by its members, like us, and whose staff team is run democratically as a worker cooperative.
Like us.
I guess so.
Although I sort of almost made out in the last pod that you were the boss, didn't I?
Yeah, but I think we know that's bullshit. You're the dictator. This ain't no democracy.
No, carry on.
You rule by silent fear. Anyway, it's their mission to use pioneering methods of in-person and digital engagement to put the public at the centre of public interest journalism. Or as they boldly put it, because members buy in, the cable can never sell out.
That's good, yeah. Yeah.
You can find out more at thebristolcable.org. So coming up in this episode, in Warm Up and Stretch, got some catch-up and bookmarks to do. In Work-Life Ballet, we're talking about my guts. And in Brain Food, we're going to be talking about the Mandela Effect. So, how are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, what kind of answer's that?
It's probably not.
Yes,
it's probably not.
I am existing. I am here.
There was someone the other day, someone said, no, please. Where was that?
What? Someone said, how
someone
are
asked
you?
No, it wasn't to how are you. It was like, would you like so-and-so, so-and-so? And they went, no, please. And this person went...
What? Yes, or is that a...
Yeah.
You do?
It's not even a double negative. But it's like, in fact, yes, no is quite a... I've noticed that's quite a thing.
It's a thing in Bristol.
Answering a question, yes, 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 no.
Oh, that's the guy from Vicar of Dibley.
No, yes. You'll see it with footballers. Yeah, did you think the team played well today? No, yes. Just listen out.
Oh, really?
So I'm just going to plant that seed. People
Okay.
say no and yes at the beginning of sentences when they mean yes.
Do you know what I don't like? People when they say...
You could stop there. Move on.
The ones that go, they start their sentence with look or listen.
Yes.
It makes my toes curl.
Yeah.
Because it's just, and I don't know what it is. If, if it's a man on the news, like an expert coming onto the news, and they're talking to, say, a female newsreader, it just sounds more condescending. I don't know why it sounds more condescending. A man going, listen, because I just think, well, one, I think it's like a bit.
It's assuming you're not.
Yeah. It's also, it's not, I don't think it's even passive aggressive. I think it's just kind of, it's actually aggressive, isn't it?
That's one of my pet hates.
And it's really condescending as well.
Yeah, and it happens a lot.
It's like, what?
It's also lazy. It's almost going, this is really important because I'm saying look or listen at the beginning. Do you know what I mean? This is how important it is.
And there's some that do that little sigh before they say something. We go,
yeah, it's a bit of the Robert Peston, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sort of,
and then it's like, are we
This is a late night podcast.
Yeah, so people will wind us up. But how are you?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Let's just, I'm fine. I don't want to say I'm fine. Yeah. Just going back to the bit around. Oh, God. You say it a lot now.
The bit around?
Bit around.
What, have I started saying that?
Yeah.
Really? Have you heard it?
Oh, gosh, yeah. A lot.
Shove, do I? I do that a lot. Shove. Look, I don't do that.
It was one of the
Listen.
It was one of the questions that was asked 3 times on the BBC on interviews. God, I hate the BBC at the moment.
Is there anything you don't want to talk about, Mark, today?
Don't. We'll leave that because when my complaint...
I think it is a genuine piece for this podcast.
I think it's a massive piece. But
it's sensitive as fudge.
Yes.
And it has to be handled with...
kid gloves. And those kid gloves have to be wrapped in...
Unlike the BBC.
That was an Alan
who
Partridge quote there.
just used their boxing gloves,
Yes.
didn't they?
Yes.
No, I'm with you on that. And I think I should probably complain as well.
Okay. Well, why don't we see what happens?
I think we need to cover that, and I think we will. And that's not one of those teats and we forget about it, because I think
No, this is...
it's not something you're going to forget about,
No,
Harry, or I
no.
am, for that matter.
So,
Sorry.
current problems with the BBC, condescending, mostly male reporters going, look and listen. Number 2, the question, what was the word you always use? This,
Well, a bit around, isn't it? Oh, no, apparently.
no, not like rattles my cage, but
Grinds my gears.
grinds my gears.
Mm-hmm.
The BBC asking an 84-year-old man in a care home, what does this vaccine mean to you? Right. I think it's a fairly self-explanatory question.
Oh, they ask stupid questions all the time. I saw that there was a...
It'd be better to say, did it hurt? Or what are you having for tea?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
when was the last time you had some injected into you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We know the answer to that question. Oh, this means the world to me because... Blah.
Yeah, it's lazy. It is. Did you say lazy a minute ago?
Oh, it is lazy.
Yeah. But there was one where they were interviewing a guy who creative director of a theatre in London, and they haven't been open for a year.
Yeah.
You know, sat in an empty theatre at the balcony.
Yeah.
He said, so how devastating is this for you? And he just wanted to go, are you fucking serious?
Lots.
No, I haven't worked, and my staff haven't worked for a year now.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking devastating, thank you. What? It's just, why ask that question?
Yeah.
I think that is insulting.
Yeah.
And they go, well, and they just give the stock. It's like, oh, come on. Is that the best you can do?
Yeah.
You're taking the effort to get there.
Yeah. So what are your plans for rebuilding when this is over? Or what impact has this had in financial terms?
Yeah.
Or how long will it take to recover?
Yeah. How have your staff coped through this?
Yeah.
What ways have you...
Yeah. Have you given them mental support? I saw a tweet today from Bristol Rovers saying they're now offering mental health support for all their players, which I thought... I just thought most football clubs are pretty much geared up for that. But yeah, maybe they've done something specific. I know they've been getting sort of a mental health ambassador to do community work. One of the players has taken that on. I just thought it was nice for, I mean, I know it's my football team, but for an organisation to go, we're taking it seriously, we've invested in it, we're just letting you know.
Yeah.
I thought that was good. Oh, just going back to the Bristol bit, I just want to say Sam from Mila Plants, just like what a beautiful human being he is. That's all I want to say. Oh. That's it.
Okay.
Yep.
You've got a free plant, have you? Would you want one?
Hopefully now, yeah. About 3 foot.
You should.
Easy to care for.
He's not, is he? He's taller than that.
It's hard to care for.
He's normal sized.
Yeah. Normal. Fucking judgmental again. You wouldn't let it lie, would you?
Oh, it's brilliant. So I alluded to in the intro, but the English Beyonce, Sarah Dallin.
Yeah.
I was aware of Bananarama growing up, thanks to my brothers. Not that it's edgy or anything, but Bananarama. Oh, Damo, listen to this.
Yeah. It's a bit underground.
Yeah. So Sarah Dallin, obviously a member of Bananarama. The group have achieved 28 UK top 50 and 11 US top 100 singles. Including a US number 1 with Venus. I didn't realise that went to number 1 in America. And if you've got number 1 in America, you're a big deal.
Yeah.
That was 1986. Other hits include as we discovered, Cruel Summer, or About Your Breakup. Yeah. 1983, I Heard a Rumour, 1987. In brackets that Mark loves me, and Love in the First Degree, an ode to Mark, 1987. Dallin and bandmate Karen Woodward, was she the other one who's on?
Well, I always thought her name was Karen. It's in junior school. I thought it was Karen, but I think she spells it Karen.
Oh, you're right. God, my tired eyes. Did I say Karen?
Yeah.
Sorry, it is Karen.
Yeah.
Sorry, Karen. Not listening. Are the only performers to appear on both the 1984 and 1989 Band-Aid versions of Do They Know It's Christmas? They're a big deal.
They are a big deal.
Bananarama have sold 30 million records. That's a big deal as well. Just a big deal.
It's more than we got listeners.
And just a pin.
I haven't checked.
And entered the Guinness Book of World Records for achieving the most UK chart entries by an all-female group, a record they still hold. I mean...
Anyway, that's almost like Reflected Glory. I still don't think a dalliance... Oh!
What?
I don't think a dalliance at 11.
All right. That's almost too highbrow for me. You're trying to work her name into the word dalliance. Is dalliance?
Dalliance is a word. A dalliance is a short romantic.
It's close to her name. Is that what you're trying to?
So it's a short romantic interlude.
Okay.
I thought that deserved more.
The other thing I wanted to say about this, when I got to the end of the Bananarama story, I went nice. Nice one, and you went thank you, like just in the typical way you do. Thank you. Like, I'm really proud of my my kiss chase at 11. It just lives really nice.
I was taking it as affirmation.
Yeah, I know.
You've made a success of your life.
Yeah, and you're saying on one of those pods you don't think you have. I mean, you just maybe just peaked early. You know what I mean?
Sarah Dallin had plaits, and I've never seen this except maybe on The Sound of Music. She had plaits that came down, and then she tied the ends up to the top of the plait, so they were
a loop.
Yeah, so very large, sort of like a German pastry. Or plaited bread. Plaited bread.
Yeah. A bit like Princess. Oh, you wouldn't know because you've not seen Star Wars.
Lala. I don't know. Princess was it?
Leia. You're such a child.
I was just getting in there first.
Yeah. The thing is, I saw it in the 80s. I've been laughing since the 80s about her name. So
okay. Did we say on the last pod about, on a scale of 1 to 10, the one I sent you, the meme?
I'd give her 1.
No. On a scale of 1 to 10, how childish are you?
I was 69.
Yeah.
The other one was good. Out of 10, I'd give it 1.
Yeah.
I'm not
slightly condescending. No.
It's incredibly condescending.
Okay.
Like those assholes on the BBC.
I hate newsreaders who use the word look. Yeah, okay.
Also, what was really cute, I felt like hugging you last night.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about WALL-E, the film, and you said, I've just been listening to the edit back.
Yeah.
And you said, this popped up on Twitter or so, what were you looking at?
Oh, literally, as I was scrolling on Twitter, as listening to the edit, and as it came about films you should watch, at that second, that picture that I then sent to you came up, and I thought, you've been talking about WALL-E, and here's a picture of him. And
you sent it me, and I went, that's Johnny Five. I bet you've never seen that film either. And you went, what? It's WALL-E. And I went, no, it's not.
I haven't even seen the first 4.
It's short circuit. That's brilliant. But it does look a lot like WALL-E.
Yeah.
It looked like WALL-E's long lost cousin, isn't it, really? So I could see where you were going with it, but it's funny. It made me laugh. That's one of
If I was watching Johnny Five, I'd be going, where's Wally, wouldn't I?
Oh, Christ.
You've had a hard day at work, haven't you? You'll be self-employed. Do fuck all. I guess you are self-employed.
I am, yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean proper self-employed, not be able to work because of the ridiculous restrictions in this world.
Yeah, I am fortunate, I think.
You
mean that wouldn't ordinarily be funny? It's because I'm tired, I'm laughing my ass off of everything you're saying. No, that was really funny what you said.
Okay, good.
Well, you thought that was like a tired, I just feel sorry for me laugh, did you?
Yeah.
That's a bit forced, Damo. Right, wasn't that funny, lad? No, it was funny. You make me laugh.
I think
Jesus Christ, I'm going to stop laughing at you now.
No,
God, I can't even do that. Well, I can't do anything right.
It's involuntary.
Honestly,
it's involuntary. It's like breathing.
If it is
in
my
your
podcast, and then you can shove it up your ass. I quit.
I'm back.
Okay, Colin. Colin could do a better job.
I was about to say that. I was going to say, put on a voice like Colin and pretend she's taking over.
Yeah. Sorry, I was sitting there. I just thought we were having a chat. I forgot we were recording. Right. I dropped in the word versamilitude, didn't I? He says dropped after the 10th attempt. Talking about editing.
Yeah.
On the last pod. It's easy to say versamilitude when you've had a good 15 attempts at it.
Yeah, you did it well then.
But it was quite long, isn't it? It's a lovely word, and I skipped over it like I knew what it meant, and I didn't until moments before then. But we're talking about that in relation to the uncanny valley. But verisimilitude means, in philosophy, it is the notion that some propositions are closer to being true than other propositions. The problem of verisimilitude is the problem of articulating what it takes for one false theory to be closer to the truth than another false theory.
Okay.
I'm not actually sure that helps, but...
It's worth looking into.
Click the back button on that, listen to that one again.
Yeah.
But, lovely. You talked about not so long back about like word of the... We didn't quite get to having a section like word of the day and having a little jingle. But you come up with some really lovely... You had a ebullient.
Ebullient, yeah.
That was really nice. And verisimilitude and...
I'm going to check dalliance just while we're here. I sometimes say things with such assurance.
Oh, yeah.
And you
I believe everything you say until I listen back and fact check it. It's bullshit.
Well, this is probably a wider one, a period of brief or casual involvement with something. Oh, here we go. And this is spooks.
So dalliance with Dallin, is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's the bit I was trying to get.
Yeah.
But Clinical trial finds vitamin D does not ward off colds or flu.
You're taking photos or screenshots of stuff you find on the internet?
Screenshots.
Oh, right. You love a screenshot, don't you? That must be the...
I've got 3,000.
Screenshots? I wouldn't be surprised.
On this roll here.
Good grief.
Well, it might be a bit less because
I've worn out your screenshot. Is it a squeeze? Is it either side of your...
2,625 screenshots.
Obsessed?
No, just thorough.
Thorough? In what way?
Selfies. 14,000.
Are you on a streak? Is that you're on a screenshot streak?
So that was the headline, whatever I just said.
Can't even remember.
I've lost
I don't think I was listening.
Okay, clinical trial finds vitamin D does not ward off colds or flu. So because I'm getting, obviously because of what I search, I get a lot of clickbait for vitamin D. So that was the headline. But when you read it, it actually said it does have some input in terms of severity and lightening.
It doesn't not
the effect
do
of
anything.
it. I've never said that vitamin D wards off colds and flu.
No, I don't think anybody has.
If it warded off colds, if you didn't get a cold if you took vitamin D, I think even fucking Matt Hancock would recognise that there was a point in taking it.
Yeah.
But when you actually read it, it goes, yes, it did, with older people especially. But then at the end of the study, it went, most of the people in this study were from Australia. Most has a very low level of vitamin D deficiency because it's a sunny place.
I was going to say.
So they were going, actually...
They've got all the vitamin D.
Yeah, they were going, giving the supplements probably didn't make much difference. And I'm going, you've tested people that have lots of vitamin D and said, by giving them more, nothing changed.
Yeah. It's like saying all these people that lived in a cave all their lives, were just giving them vitamin D and they're a lot healthier.
Yeah. So that's number one.
Yeah.
Number two was a photograph of somebody who got a packet of fruit pastels that only had green and yellow ones in. Imagine that, because obviously red and black are the top two.
You mean as in disappointment? I'd be very disappointed with that.
Yeah.
How do you know? Again, that could be fake news. He could have just opened that and just arranged a couple of packets all in the green and yellow, couldn't he? You believe that? That's a story that's made the internet.
Yeah, I take your point, actually.
I mean, even if it is fake news, why even go to the effort of doing it and then go to the effort of even printing it?
Yeah.
Jesus.
But I read
and also, people like you,
to keep this going.
Yeah. Can you stop looking at those things, please? My guts.
Can I just want to put one thing in here, as ever. No. But this is important. One of the things I've tried to do less of is be too carried away by my physical health in terms of my physical sickness. Then my physical ill health.
Yeah.
In the past, I've sometimes
shut you up a few weeks ago.
I know.
Oh.
That was all for the pod. No, but in the past, I've almost dramatised, or as we were talking a little bit, we've referenced this thing about time travelling where you create a future. Your thoughts become facts. Yeah. So a thought ahead about what will happen when.
All the doom, all the gloom and everything else.
Yes,
right?
And thinking ahead is never, everything's going to be absolutely brilliant and you'll get,
Yeah.
What I wanted to say was, in all the discussions we've had, I've had reference from you to your guts. And we have discussed diet. This was right back at the beginning, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that wasn't a sort of in-depth nutritional. It was a bit of common sense. It was a bit, maybe if you stop doing this, and then, what did you do? You had salmon on crackers for about a year, didn't you, as your new...
No, that's what... When I started training with you, we're going to do this stuff, but and you obviously educated me when it's not all about what you lift in here or what you do on your bike, or it's about what you eat. And then you asked me what I eat. Of course, you didn't judge. You gave me alternative suggestions, which I went and did. And then I think I realised, because you kind of just said, well, keep it simple. And I think it was those protein Rivitas, some cottage cheese and salmon, which is lush.
Yeah.
And I just started eating that for like a week, and the weight dropped off. But I didn't lose energy and all that kind of thing. If anything, I gained it. And it was just not like, I have to do this for months until I see any change. It was like within a week, I was like, oh my God. So that was a bit of a light bulb.
Which I think the crumpet, Marmite and cheese is the same thing. So you've got your carb base, shove on a bit of protein.
I want one now, I've just eaten, but I think I want one of those.
What, crumpet? I've just had
I feel sorry for
tuna and prawns in tuna, but with double cream and like literally...
Tuna and prawns in tuna? Like double tuna?
Sorry, in pasta.
Right.
Yeah, I'm bulking. I had tuna topped with tuna.
Double tuna.
But yeah, it was double cream. And because I'm bulking, I must have put in, a small dairy farm worth of double cream and justified it. It was spoonfuls of cream at the end of the meal. So good.
Very good.
Anyway, your guts. The point I was going to say.
Yeah, right. Oh, I thought you'd said it. Oh.
Yeah, just that you don't share a lot. Not judgment, it's just a comment. And so what I'm saying is if you're going to talk about your guts, it's going to be news to me as well.
I was thinking about it probably 15 minutes ago, thinking, do I really want to talk about it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm looking forward to it, if that helps.
Oh, okay, right. Okay. Because you don't know what happened, did you?
No.
To my guts?
No.
Try and keep it short, just like your stories. It was around 9th of June 2015. I was working on my laptop a lot like this. I was actually on this table, on this laptop, working away, and had a shooting pain in an area I can only describe as just above my arse.
Yeah.
I don't know what that area is called. Well, I do now, but I didn't at the time. You know, the place normally kind of reserved for bowel movements.
Yeah.
Is the best way to say it.
Yeah.
You don't normally, you get pains in your stomach. You often get a sharp pain.
Yeah, or a spasm in your back.
But when it's there, you're like, oh, okay,
that's
a bit weird. Didn't think anything of it. Next day, just every hour started to feel slightly more unwell and running to the toilet and all those kind of things. Do we have to put like a poo warning at the beginning of this
trigger?
Not feeling well at all. I remember when I had to get my passport photos done, and I'd looked at the photos, and I thought, I really look really pale. I wasn't feeling very well, and then we kind of went to the pub, and I thought I'll have a few Stellas. That was
the medicine of the gods. Yeah.
Didn't fit. I couldn't eat. Well, it wasn't so bad, but then from then on, about 12 hours of just pain, not knowing what the hell it was, and then rang 111, and then they said, "We'll give it a few hours."
Yeah,
if it's
that's the script,
better.
isn't it?
Yeah,
and then ring A&E.
Basically ring back. So then didn't get any better, rang back, and they eventually found an out of hours doctor on this Sunday, and doctor examined me and went, pushed my stomach, and I just, it was so painful. So she did. I had to walk from there right across to it was at Southmead. I had to walk to the hospital. I had scans and X-rays and all sorts of things, and then at some point in the evening, they came up and said a load of words to me, which I didn't really understand. I heard the word diverticulitis in there. Didn't know what the hell that was. And this doctor buggered off. I was like, okay. I had my phone, so I went on Google and found out all about the thing I got, which I thought was a bit weird. You know what I mean? You're in a hospital full of experts, and no one would really tell me what it was.
But isn't it ever thus? Because when I was in Southmead, when I was in SVT recently, the nurse, when I said my heart rate was 110 at rest, she Googled average heart rate, and she said, well, it should be between 60 and 100, so you're close. That was worrying, I think.
It is worrying.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the start of my kind of, journey with doctors and guts, really. It was like, I felt alone then, I guess. What had actually happened was that feeling on that evening when I was on my laptop was my bowel bursting, essentially. Okay. So I had a perforated bowel.
Right.
It's weird. It's like I'm telling this story. I haven't really kind of told it out loud at any point. I know now that was pretty serious.
Right.
At the time, no one made me feel like that was serious.
Okay. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Bad thing.
Right. Yeah.
Because it was.
Yeah.
And I needed surgery.
Yeah.
Ultimately.
Yeah.
So I spent 5 days in there, probably seeing. This is going to sound like a bit of a whinge, but I saw a different doctor every day. Yeah. I saw a bunch of student doctors and nurses with that different doctor every single day. Yeah. And it was one student doctor who came around, did the rounds with the main doctor, and then came back later on and sat down with me and explained what I got.
Okay.
He was the only one who said, you're probably going to need an operation.
Yeah.
I went, okay. I think that day, a woman came in and started drawing on my stomach. I was like, what's going on? She said, we're getting you ready for your operation. I went, what operation? Yeah. She said, you're booked in to have an operation tomorrow. And I'm like, am I? She said, we're going to give you a stoma.
Okay.
And I was like, what's one
Google.
of those? Yeah, I did.
Pass my phone.
Because she goes, I'm here to mark you up. I'm off. I've got plenty of people to put marker pen on later. Yeah. So I looked that up and I thought, oh God, I don't want one of those.
Do you want to say what it is?
Yeah, stoma is where they take part of the bowel and bring it out of the stomach. So you can essentially defecate in a bag, not take the waste through your intestine and your colon. Quite an education at this time about finding out all about these things. End of the 5, didn't get the operation, nothing happened. Next day, no sign of it.
Okay.
We're signing you off. So I was all marked up for it.
Yeah.
Next thing they came in and go, you're leaving today? I thought I was having an operation. No, nothing about an operation. You're like, oh God.
Could have been a rogue graffiti nurse.
Yeah.
She wrote RLs on your stomach.
Just tagging patients. They could never found her. So that's it. I got booted out. And was told to kind of eat more fibre. It was just a joke. It was just a joke. And at the time I was like, okay, I'm all right then. So it's kind of a dual story, isn't it? There's a story that of what I knew at the time, and as I'm telling it, I was like, well, actually, I know more about it now. I had about a month of kind of just trying to get better, and when I was at home, and then
with no guidance, really.
No. No follow-up, nothing. I thought I'm going to go and get... I wasn't feeling that great. I thought I'm going to get a second opinion. And I got private health at work. I think not so long after I came out of hospital, I put that process in place. I had to go to the doctors, prove that I was ill.
Yeah.
So I could then go and book the appointment with the Spire in Bristol. And just at the end of July, I went to see a doctor there, lovely doctor, Dr. Dixon. And he took one look at me and just went, "You look really ill." And he looked at all my notes and went, "What are you doing tomorrow afternoon?" I went, "Work." He said, "No, you're in here. And we'll operate tomorrow afternoon." And that was it. So I went in and had an operation. The idea was just to go in and do a cut and shut, take the bad stuff out, join up the pipes.
Yeah.
But when he got in there, it was a bloody mess. It was all a bit of a panic. And in the end, I had an emergency Hartmann's operation, which is basically a resection of the rectosigmoid colon. So I had probably about 1.5 foot of my bowel removed, including my sigmoid colon, and essentially woke up with an ileostomy, and then spent another kind of 3 or 4 days in hospital recovering from that. The link here is that when I was in there and I had all the medication and all the operation on my stomach, it pretty much ruined my gut biome, and we'll come to that in a minute.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realise. Yeah. I just thought, I didn't even know what one was at the time. But that just completely started it from zero. I had the stoma for about 3 months, and then he reversed it, which is quite quick for one of those things. And then since then, touch wood, it's all been all right. Yeah. But I guess this made me more aware of my gut and what it's and what it likes and what it doesn't like, and my relationship with food, certainly with moods and emotions and food. Probably more aware of that now, but then looking back, I knew there was a relationship. And I think for some time I felt a strong relationship with my guts and my brain, but didn't really understand how closely linked they were. And we've been talking about that recently. So all the vagus nerve stuff is kind of going, oh my God. But there's still an absolute trunkload of stuff I don't know. It's a bit of my doctor's caveat, and I'm never going to know. But I thought it would be as good a time as any to start talking about it. And as we say, if we can help one person out, then that's all good.
Yeah. Well, firstly, thanks for sharing that, because we had a little chat before this, doing a bit of planning and looking ahead and using this sort of phrase, invest in us. Yeah. And I think the more I'm finding out, especially around health and mental health, but also around the world, is that I think I'm puzzled at why I've got to 60 years old and I'm just finding out now things that I've had for 60 years. Yeah. And this isn't going to be an anti-education thing. I think there's probably more importance knowing about your gut biome than reading Chaucer.
Couldn't agree more. And we both read Chaucer.
Yes.
Mark at us.
And I love him to bits.
Hilarious, but not really coming useful, has it?
No. And it shouldn't be one or the other. I'm sort of thinking, when we're talking about this Invest of Us, there almost needs to be a shopping list of, right, if you're going to get through life, because we're going to talk about investing and taking responsibility. Yeah. You've entered into a situation there that even when you've been diagnosed, you're left in the dark. And I've often thought why aren't there fact sheets on every condition, or a booklet that goes, this is your condition, this is the web references where you're going to get good advice. No.
And it's all out there.
Yeah.
So the sheet, I think I remember being given a sheet, but it was one of those ones with the classic pie chart one, which I think is probably on the NHS website.
Oh, the Eat Well.
Yeah, and it's kind of got some fish, just the balanced diet stuff, some fruit and veg, some varied fish, some nuts and, and basically said,
be sensible.
More fibre or a balanced diet. It's like, well, actually, subsequently, I've read that too much fibre can destroy your bowel. Yeah. For people who have this particular thing. Yeah.
So it needed to be a bit more nuanced rather than go.
So, but there's no test to go, no, fibre isn't actually very good for you.
You made reference to your birds and the bees, introduction, education from home. Yeah. And so much is going to be around. I can remember vividly when I was a teenager back in the 70s that in my school, went to a boys' school, and it was always, it's okay to shag standing up in a shower, she can't get pregnant. That was believed categorically. We've been talking about how everything seems to be one thing or the other, and nutrition's going to be the same. Yeah. But if your body is in a certain position, there have to be some basics that could be shared with you.
I'm not going to try to move us on, but hopefully my next point will help that, because a couple of observations I found on the way from my particular experience with my guts is this, that GPs and doctors don't want to know about your guts. No. And they're not like bones, in that when bones break, everyone pretty much knows how to fix them.
It's mechanics, isn't it? Yeah.
With guts is that they're vastly complicated, and every single one is different. And I suppose the question is, where do you start? So I'm not going to have a go at doctors and GPs for not knowing everything about everyone on the planet.
Yeah. It's like lawyers who have a vast number of different things. And someone goes, "Can you do my conveyancing?" They go, "No, I'm a criminal lawyer." Well, but you're still a lawyer.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of my view on it. And I know all the doctor that operated on me, but gave me some advice, but was very wary to give me nutritional stuff because he didn't know about anything, allergies or any intolerances, because that's another level of. So I guess I'm just beginning to dip my toe into the stomach acid of this subject. So I just thought I'd start with some basics.
Okay.
Most of this information is from Atlas Biomed, which I'll come to in a minute.
Yeah.
What is a biome? So our bodies are not just ours, they're a home to a vast collection of microorganisms. Ask most people to define microbiome, and a handful might say that it refers to a bacterial ecosystem that lives in a specific place. They may even mention the gut. For scientists, a biome is an ecosystem made up of flora and fauna. They use the word micro to indicate that the ecosystem is invisible to the human eye. It is made up of mostly bacteria, but also viruses, archaea, not to be confused with the furniture store, IKEA, and fungi, which all play a role in maintaining the environment's stability. The human microbiome encompasses trillions of microbes that can be separated into subsections dependent on their location. When we say gut microbiome, we mean the microorganisms and their genes that reside in your colon. Whole new world. It's like we were talking about the infinite stuff, the small, the microscopic.
Yeah, wasn't that video amazing?
Yeah.
I love it when we talk about videos here and everyone's going to go, I can share that.
So you have a penchant, should we say, for sending me videos of things that zoom in.
Yeah.
So there's a picture of a pencil and it zoomed into the lead and it kept going and kept going. And it's a bit of a fiddle because it turned into a galaxy at the end, but I'm pretty sure there isn't a galaxy in the end of everyone's pencil.
Most of that, he'll actually say what he's added to it.
I think we could see that he added the stars and I think it was pretty obvious.
Yeah, okay. He might coloured it a little bit, but I sent that because cool. it matched
you love
your
them,
point.
Don't you?
Yeah,
you love that.
But you'd said about if we look infinitely, and it's the same as looking to the stars, and I guess that's the same as your gut, isn't it?
Yeah,
that isn't just a stomach where food goes and then leaves.
There's a whole world of viruses and pandemics going on in your stomach, isn't there?
And if you were a borrower, you could go down and
have a little look. Yeah. They're probably too big.
Be like Longleat Safari Park.
Wouldn't it? Yeah.
But your windscreen wipers would be safer.
Yeah.
Except from the viruses.
Yeah. The microbiome isn't just a feature of human beings, animals, plants, soils, and oceans have their own ones too. And no matter how you look at it, the microbiome plays a major role in human health. It's home to trillions of microbial cells, and it's an essential part of our biology that supports many physiological functions, as we've already talked about on this pod, and helps maintain the integrity of our gut lining and protects us from diseases and illnesses.
But we don't give it a second thought, do we?
Excellent point. We don't give enough thought, certainly. I think if, as a nation, we all had healthier gut biomes, we'd probably all be doing a bit better, wouldn't we? Very quickly, I just want to talk about the difference between microbiome and microbiota. Basically, there's some small differences between those two things. And although they're often used interchangeably, microbiota is the actual bugs and microbiome is the bugs and their genes.
Okay.
I'm not going to go in too heavy into this.
No.
It's a starter. It's a starter kit for your gut.
Latest PhD
yeah.
Open University.
So there are many types of bacteria present in the gut microbiota. However, although it is previously estimated that the body was home to 10 times more bacterial cells than human cells, it's now believed that we have approximately the same number of both. So why is the microbiome important? So when we hear the words microbe and bacteria or virus, we tend to think of something bad, but not all of these microorganisms cause disease. In fact, we rely on them to perform the functions we may not be able to do. The bacteria in our gut helps to break down the plant fibers we eat because our bodies don't produce enough enzymes for this arduous task. By doing so, they turn carbohydrates into beneficial metabolites like butyrate and vitamins. A balanced microbiota with beneficial and probiotic bacteria performs many other functions like maintaining the correct pH to deter pathogens and keeping the gut lining healthy. Research even shows that gut microbes are involved in maintaining a healthy body weight. So I decided to take another test.
Yeah.
But this time one that will analyse my microbiome. And it's from the same company that we got all that information from them, called Atlas Biomed. And they're a personalised health company. This is not an ad.
No.
But they're a personalised health company applying the latest genetic techniques to help you navigate towards your potential. There's lots of companies out there.
I think one of my clients has maybe not done the same company, because I don't even know if we mentioned the first company. We might have.
We did definitely put a link to that.
But, he sent me a text that went, basically, how the fuck do I fill these? Because they're like, it's a lot of blood, isn't it?
It's a lot of,
And I said, firstly read the instructions, which I didn't do and you did. And he went, of course, because he, obviously
wouldn't have ordinarily done so.
No, he definitely would. As a grown-up adult about to extract
sorry,
blood.
I forgot you weren't.
I just thought, I'll know what to do. But no, it came back and I said something like, it was a struggle to fill it and I didn't quite do it. And he went, I've still got the other 2 to go. So he's got 3 of those bad boys to fill.
If there's any kind of takeaway here, I guess in short, I'm attempting to learn more about the microbiome generally.
Yeah.
Because I'm interested in it. I know very little, but I'm learning a bit more, specifically learning about my own microbiome in order to make myself feel better.
Yeah.
Because I've been having trouble with certain foods and I know there's certain foods that don't agree with me and then you're into that, well, which one is it? You start to break down your diet, introduce things and then things don't add up. And I thought, I can't, this is just tiresome. So this test covers disease protection through microbiome diversity, gives me food recommendations, does some vitamin and nutrition analysis about dietary fibre and butyrates, microbiome types, looking at bacterial diversity and also nationality. And I've also done a DNA test.
To see your background.
This kind of covers a little bit as well, because they say people in different places have different microbiomes depending on where you grow up and I guess the diet you have, the environment you live in, the weather all has an effect. So we'll
wait. I guess well, the fact that it hasn't come back means it's probably a bit more complex than.
Yeah, I think I thought it was going to be a few days, but it's going to take a few weeks apparently.
Okay.
They've got to get the poo out of the tube first. Good luck with that. Took me an hour to get it in there.
We didn't quite know, because this has been a bit of copy and paste, hasn't it? This particular pod. Yeah, we've done it in sections.
We can't keep doing this, It's so confusing.
Yeah.
I forget where we are.
We have to just talk and then...
And also, I've got to edit this tonight because it's going out tomorrow.
Yeah, and then you've got to send it to me before about 3 so I can listen to it.
Yeah, you don't go to bed anyway. No. You're too hot in all your clothes, so you don't sleep.
It takes 2 hours to take them off.
Yeah.
I think this just came about almost by chance. If I ever get round to finishing the book I'm reading about coincidences, then I might be better informed in terms of adding something a bit scientific. However, I had a chat with somebody yesterday and he came out with the phrase, the Mandela Effect. And he said, have you heard of this? And one of the things I sometimes do in life is go, oh, yeah.
You do it on here?
Yeah. Yeah.
We talked about Twins, the film. I've seen that.
The cover. So...
No, but sometimes you just want to hear the story. If you say no, there might be like a preamble.
Yeah, cut to the chase. It's ironic coming from me, isn't it?
Yeah, I get it.
So I sort of said, I think I've heard of it. Like, what are you talking about? He makes me look like an amateur in terms of conspiracy theories. He's got them all.
Oh, does he wear like tin foil on his head?
It's unbelievable.
He lives in a cage.
The level he's gone to. And I go, have you heard about so-and-so? And
heard about it, wrote about it.
Yeah, I was there.
It's my theory.
Anyways, so he mentioned the Mandela Effect. I said to him, oh, how do you see it? Because I said, I've heard the words, but I don't quite understand.
There's a nice way out.
Yeah. And so I hadn't realised I'd gone to goodhousekeeping.com.
Oh, right.
Which is obviously the font of all knowledge.
Yeah, well, it's as good as anywhere.
So I'm just going to say what they say because I think they've just nicked anyway. The Mandela Effect is a phenomenon.
That's what we do.
Yeah. Is a phenomenon that makes us question even the most mundane memories from the past. In June 2019, the New York Times crossword puzzle made it the theme and defined it as a recent refinement of false memory that typically refers to pop culture or current event references.
Yeah.
So something that you remember something that basically doesn't match with historical records.
Yeah.
So as you said this morning, is this urban myths, urban legends? It is to a degree, but it's a little bit more. It isn't that somebody has propagated a new theory.
Yes, that's what I understand. Yeah.
It's basically people have seen something with their own eyes and then they'll go, shit, I didn't realise that was that. My friend who I was talking to got straight into the alternate realities.
Yeah.
That we see things differently and therefore
that's one of the things when I looked it up, it says conspiracy theorists believe this is a proof of an alternate universe. And I was like, hold on a minute.
That's a big jump.
I'm sure I remember it a different way to the seventh dimension.
It all started, why it's called the Mandela Effect is evidently from Nelson Mandela's death. He died in 2013. Countless people distinctly remember him dying in prison in the 1980s. And when we had this discussion this morning, you were going, yeah, but he came out of prison and then the two of us was still a little bit hazy about his actual history and how long he'd been in, and then when he was out.
Yeah.
And there's one way of looking at it is like, well, a couple of the examples I'm going to give, you're going to go, you're talking about a letter difference. Like,
oh, yeah.
It's the fact that I was convinced that I had seen this name with the other spelling, but I've never seen it with the other spelling in my life. So where did that reality come from?
Okay, right.
So that's the bit about the alternate realities. I have seen something,
right,
and I have not read that one word accurately. My mind has jumped, it's sped read and gone, that's a brand name, this is how you spell it.
Yeah. And
it's never existed like that.
Yeah, but I think the thing that kind of kicked that off, my response to that off this morning was the power of association, because you brought up, is this going to be one of your examples?
I've got a few. Oh, the one that you did this morning.
Kit Kat one.
Oh, yeah. No, that isn't the other. The other one was, I'm going to show you the other one. Do the Kit Kat one.
Yeah, only because it's a very recognisable brand.
Yes.
Obviously the word, the shape of the word, the colours, the size of the packet and that kind of thing. You get to the point where it's so recognisable, you don't have to read it anymore.
No. Yes.
You see it, you don't go, oh, there's a Kit Kat. And then you pick it up. You just go,
it's read with a big font. So.
Yeah, it's embedded, isn't it?
Yeah.
When someone goes, can you tell me how it's spelled? Or draw the logo. You're like,
But it was the bit about whether it had a hyphen between the kiss and the
it's
cat.
like...
But some of the ones that they've mentioned, I'm not going to go through all of them because it's just going to be a short slot, is almost sort of suggesting, which did you see on these particular things? Because most of them are visual.
Yeah.
But when you see the true one, you then question why that's the one. So I'm going to show you these two. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give a proper description because I think we use too many visuals in a podcast. So which is the true one?
You show me two. You see. There's two Looney Tunes logos, so with Bugs Bunny in the middle. Mm-hmm. And I noticed that one spelt Looney Tunes, T-O-O-N-S, and one spelt T-U-N-E-S. Mm-hmm. I think Looney Tunes, the one on the right, I don't think it's Looney Tunes.
No. And I thought it was Looney Tunes, but as they said, doesn't make as much sense as Looney Tunes because it's cartoons.
Yeah, that would be better.
That would be better.
Yeah.
But again, your memory on that was correct.
Yeah.
Do you know who Curious...
Your visual media.
Do you know who Curious George is?
Yeah, I do.
Do you know those two pictures?
He's a monkey.
Yeah.
Oh, so you show me two pictures of Curious George.
Where's Curious George from? How come I don't know this?
It's a kid's book, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
And the only difference on there looks like one's got a tail, one hasn't.
Yeah.
I don't think Curious George has a tail, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
No, you're right.
Yeah, okay.
I wish you get some of them wrong. It's not really...
You said this morning I'm going to get 100%, I'm going to get them all wrong.
No,
there's one of them.
There's one. I said 100%. I don't mind you get these right because the last one...
Oh, this is the appetizer.
Okay, so the one that befuddled me, like that word, there's no T in Skechers, the shoe brand. Mm-hmm. Okay, you probably don't eat these.
Fruit Loops.
So the two things here are Fruit Loops with fruit spelled F-R-U-I-T or fruit spelled F-R-O-O-T.
Yeah.
I always thought it was Fruit Loops because I've always think they've tried to sell it that you're basically eating fruit.
I wouldn't really know.
But they've done it F-R-O-O-T.
Which one's the real one?
Yeah, F-R-O-O-T.
How is it?
This time I won't show you the pictures. One of them is, the Monopoly man, the man with the sort of top hat.
And the monocle.
God damn it, I should have shown you.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a monocle.
Does he not?
No. I'm so pleased you said that.
Oh, really?
The other one's the true one.
He doesn't have a monocle. Why do I think he's got a monocle?
Because there's Planter's Peanut Man, looks very similar, and he's got a monocle.
Okay, right, but that's not even a brand I'm familiar with.
Do you know Pikachu in Pokemon? Is that your...
No, I've heard of it.
Okay, not enough to do.
Is that your kind of thing? What do you think? You haven't got time for that.
This one was good. This one, you're going to have to edit some of these because these are going to sort of be losing people soon.
Yeah.
Fruit of the Loom. Which one's the true one?
I'd say the one on the left with a big conical, the conch at the back of it. The other one it looks a bit empty.
Yeah, cornucopia. Everyone thinks it is, but it isn't.
What? Again, this is really hard for listeners.
Yeah, sorry. It's showing the Fruit of the Loom T-shirt brand, and it shows some fruit and then some fruit with this. It is called a cornucopia.
Oh, cornucopia, okay.
And it didn't have the cornucopia.
Oh, right.
But I thought exactly the same as it is with you. Forrest Gump doesn't say life is like a box of chocolates.
What does he say?
Life was like a box of chocolates.
Oh, fucking hell. All right.
Here's a good one. We're getting to the peak now and just building the attention. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
There's only 6 of them. Right.
What's the famous mirror comment?
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
Yeah, never said it. It's magic mirror on the wall. Anyway, we could go on and on. Here's the killer.
Come on.
I don't know whether you're going to sing along to this song or whether you just want to listen.
You're going to play a song?
I'm going to play a song.
Oh, hello, this is brilliant. Okay. I'm quite good with it. Is this a misheard lyric? So I'm quite good.
So what I'm going to say is I'm going to play the album and single version of a song.
Okay.
And I'm going to play the last 20 seconds.
Okay.
You can either sing along.
Okay, go.
Okay.
This is good. This is audio for once.
Yeah. So we don't have to pay. I'm going to do 25 seconds because they'll be on us like a rash, won't they?
Oh, we can't do that. We can't do that.
Can't play any of that?
No, we can't play. No. I'm not paying royalties, fucking queen.
All right.
Can you fucking sing it to me?
I'll play it and you edit it. In the style of Freddie Mercury. Okay, last 25 seconds, but listeners, you won't hear this.
We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world.
No. Mic drop.
It's not in the song at all.
He sang it with the extra words on Live Aid and somewhere else, but the
actual album version doesn't have it on.
Doesn't have it. But incredible. Everybody I've asked.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I'd have put The Farm on him singing that.
Put the what?
The Farm. I'd have bet The Farm on it.
All right.
Not the band. No. My imaginary £1 million
estate. I was thinking The Farm's doing a cover version of Queen. Perhaps we could play that.
No, that's a good one. I don't know how we're going to put that in.
No.
Probably going to have to sing it like a mug. It's good though.
And your brain fills in the words, doesn't it? Literally, I'm going, it can't end like that.
Yeah.
I feel shortchanged.
Right, we got a nice email. Thanks, David, resident army captain. I didn't get back. You responded to my email, but this first line was, "Where did you get the goat?"
Yeah.
And I still don't know what he's talking about.
No.
Have we talked about a goat?
I think he means goat as in Ronaldo, doesn't he?
We didn't even talk about Ronaldo.
Bearing in mind he listens to this by 7 and this is Thursday night.
To make you annoyed, isn't it? To get you, something gets your goat.
Everything gets my goat. Be more precise, David.
I don't know. Anyway, he said, your piece on the streak was really interesting. Just starting day 5 of a daily workout of approximately 20 minutes of exercise and not drinking during the week. Love the idea of the red crosses as a process rather than a target. So that was thanks to Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah. I can't believe you've done 42 pods and I think I've listened to all of them. Why? I can't answer that. I don't think anyone can answer that.
He gives it with one hand, David, doesn't he?
Yeah, we just say keep up the great work.
Yeah. Thank you, David.
Any others? Any got any?
I've said I've had I think 3 clients who I'm not training at the moment because of lockdown get in touch about the blood tests and wanting some really interesting information about.
Fancy doing it? Or?
Yeah, I know one's definitely done it. I think one has done was interested. I think on something you said on the gut biome originally when we alluded to it, and she asked some details, and I pointed her in a direction. And a third one has been in touch.
All right.
So I was going to share my results with her just in terms of because I think it's interesting to see what you get.
Yes, yeah.
And where that takes you. Because I'm still reading those results and still trying to work out one or two things. I am starting to have a little bit of green veg in my life.
All right. That's it for this episode. Well done for getting this far and thanks for listening. Please make sure you subscribe to us and give us a 5-star rating if you can be bothered or you're on Apple. We don't really care, do we?
No. We did get a 5-star this week.
No, we did. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We do care.
We do care.
I wasn't quite sure how many people actually listen on Apple Podcast. Even though people have Apple, they listen on other apps, don't they?
Definitely.
But so I say Apple Podcasts all the time, and I don't know how many people really.
No.
Yeah, Al left a review for us. Sorry, Al, totally forgot about that. But I did respond to him and say thanks.
Yeah.
So give us a follow on Instagram and Twitter at I'mFinecast, and you can send us an email to imfinecast@gmail.com. In the next episode, now we're going to do mindfulness and meditation.
Yes.
Covered those things before.
Yep. I'm going to do a face scan.
Oh.
So it's mindfulness, but it's...
Oh, is that the mindfulness bit? The face scan?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
And that'll be at the end. I'll just talk people through it. Just because firstly, it's very short. I think it's 6 minutes. And secondly, I think it's one of those things where there is like a little bit of a health warning. You don't just suddenly go, okay, here's mindfulness because I've been doing certain things. And
is this something that people can do?
Yes.
The thing that you wanted to record?
Yeah, but don't do it while you're driving.
That'd be a red rag to a bull for you, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Can I go 6 minutes? Yeah.
As long as I can close my eyes.
Hands in your lap.
Feet on the window.
It looks straight.
Yeah. Yeah. So is this going to be, I was trying to think how we're going to do this. Is this going to be like a free gift on a magazine? Is this going to be like a little giveaway?
This is going to be the plastic whistle on Whizzer and Chips, isn't it? Or the fish that tells you moods.
Or the little curly bit of plastic.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think how we can do that, because what we don't want to do is go to this point in the,
I think we put it right at the end, and if you can be asked to listen, it's here.
Cool. So that's it. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.